are black soldier fly larvae. When you want your animal to grow very, very fat and healthy in a short period of time, this is very essential.
Yeah.
These are chickens, as you can see. We feed them the feeds that we have recycled from our food waste.
Everything in school is put into use.
You're managing your waste by making briquettes.
These ones are made actually today.
Now, their genius is not limited to agriculture. These kids take it a notch higher. They're incorporating artificial intelligence into agriculture.
So here we have our prototype of a self-watering irrigation system.
Good evening and welcome to another very insightful episode of NTV Seeds of Gold. If you have ever thought about or are thinking about venturing into goat farming, tonight's episode might just give you the push that you need. We have got a great lesson lined up for you, proudly brought to you by Bukola Chemical Industries Limited and the Youth Platform Africa for the expert opinion. Don't go away.
Free range is very good for starters. It is cheap. So nutrition is at high level and freely. You have to be cautious. While they are eating, there are some diseases at risk. So when you do that, make sure your goats have vaccines, your goats spray a lot. Don't expect a bed of roses when you start goat farming. It is not the goats. Goats is not a definition of the business, but what accompanies the goats.
Yeah, NTV Seeds of Gold is about farming, but we don't just talk about it and the various ventures. We actually live it, walk it, and bring you real farmers with real success stories. The kind that start small, dig deep, and know all the tricks to get the bountiful harvest. Tonight's story takes us back to a familiar face, a man who has become part of the Seeds of Gold family. YPA's Mr. Obed, the goat farmer, the trainer, the visionary behind Youth Platform Africa. To him, agriculture is just a calling. And when you meet or simply listen to him, you can tell he's built for this. The first time we visited YPA in Gomba, we found a dream in motion. A network of over 150 farms training and empowering young farmers across Uganda. Today, we return to Gomba to see what new lessons this green countryside has in store. The journey alone is therapeutic. The air crisp, the hum of life all around. As we make our way into the farm, we can already spot them. Goats scattered across the fields, each one busy grazing. This is a free-range farm, and it's easy to see why Obed believes so strongly in it. Obed kicks it off with an explanation of the free-range system in goat farming, how it gives the animals space to roam, graze, grow strong naturally. However, as simple as it sounds, he warns it's an art. The terrain, the shelter, the spacing, everything matters. And the proof? Well, it is right before us, hundreds of healthy goats with shiny coats. They are well fed, well managed, and clearly happy.
So management of such, of course, we did not start where we are. We started with only 100 goats. And by then, we did not even have the doctors, the managers, the record keepers. We did not have anything. We just let them be. Not even herdsmen. But over time, we kept on learning, of course, through try and error. We lost thousands of goats. Our biggest loss was when we lost 1,500 goats in just 2 weeks. The other big loss was when we lost 500 goats in 1 month. And all this was school fees. We were learning. So when we come and talk about this, we are giving heads up that don't expect a bed of roses when you start goat farming, unless you're equipped with the information. So management starts with knowing what you really are doing. It is not the goats. Goats is not a definition of the business, But what accompanies the goats? Actually, free range is very, very, very good. For starters, it is cheap. You see, when we plant pasture, there are some nutrients we don't have. But this land, especially in Uganda, for those of you not in Uganda, I'm sorry, but those in Uganda know what we're talking about. We have what we call the best species that goats love. And all these species plant species have what we call different nutrients. So nutrition is at high level and freely. All you did was buy land. You went to Chana Mukaka and enjoyed your money.
For those starting out, Obed has one golden rule for you. Do not rush scale. Master the structure first. Even 1 acre, he says, can hold plenty if you manage it wisely. This is a lesson that most farmers learn the hard way, but Obed teaches it from experience.
In a system like this one, what we call free range, you need land. Land is one of the biggest factors, because imagine on free range, 5 goats need 1 acre. So if I have 11,000 goats, you must multiply, you must divide by 5 to know the number of acreage these goats are feeding on. So the moment you do more than 5, you're doing what we call overcrowding in the land. That is why actually, after realizing this gap, that is why YPA came up with a model where we can help you rear goats even when you don't have land. You get my point? Because we realize that there is a gap. How will I get this much land? If I'm to do a big farm to get profits, maybe build a house, maybe do the necessities, I need maybe 200 goats. 200 goats divided by 5, that is a minimum of 50 acres. How many people in Uganda can afford that kind of land? So YPA was like, no, for us we are blessed, we have land. All we need is to have 10 people, each one having maybe 5, you get my point? Maybe 100, then we come and get clusters, groups. So you find 100 people are rearing at farm 16, 100 people are rearing at farm 10, 100 people. So you find all of us are able to rear even without land. Then also we establish the same management structures that we have here in a model called the active farm management, where we come help you from wherever your farm is, your land. We establish the same thing we have here. We establish it at your farm so that you can be able to get profit. Because management is the definition of it all. It is because of poor management that we get poor breeds. It is because of poor management that we get poor nutrition. It is because of poor management that we don't vaccinate. Instead, we treat. You know, the best management system is the system that prevents, not the one that treats or manages crises, but the one that prevents crises from happening. At the farm, this is not defamation. You know, someone can tarnish your name, then you clear it with time. But if a goat dies, you cannot replace it. So you cannot dare to have crisis at the farm. You don't dare to have outbreaks. You rather prevent with all your cost, because you can regain the money you have lost if these goats don't die. So free range, 1, you need land. 2, you need expertise. Expertise, that is management. And that is what YPA offers, both on small scale and large scale. Because we have farmers who are now operating or running farms of over 5,000 goats. We take managers there, veterinary doctors there, agronomists there, then we also provide the market for those people. Who pays what? The costs. The farmer who owns the land, who owns the farm, pays for those services to YPA. And if you're here, if you're doing it with us at our land, you don't pay the services. Rather, the goats themselves. So we share. Actually, even at the active model where you own your farm and we are managing it from where you are, we don't want money cash. We want shares. For example, you had 100 goats, now you have 200. So it means the gross profit is 100 goats. Give us 30%. So we take care of your farm. At the end of the year, we count all the profits we have made, then we take 30%. The owner of the farm takes 70%. That is a deal that you can't find anywhere. And that is only deliverable because we want to be sure that when we gain, our boss also has gain. So our income is dependent on their income. You get my point? So if the farmer, the owner of the farm gets losses, we also suffer the same. It's like we're on commission. If we don't earn, we don't get paid.
Running a farm like this clearly has nothing to do with luck. Expert management is what you need. Obed says that one must plan every detail from feeding, hygiene to disease control. He talks about the goats being just like people. They thrive where there is care and order.
So these are the things you need here. 1, secure your land as hard as possible. Make sure you either have people stopping other neighbors' goats from entering or cows, because they're going to bring a lot of diseases. So your farm is going to be at risk. Secure your farmland as hard as possible. Big as this farm it is, we have secured this. We have people. Those goats cannot go alone. You see, there are over 20 people, if not 30, taking care of these goats. So it means they cannot allow a neighbor's goat to interact with our goats. Number 2, make sure you do the preventive measures in time. Preventive measures is what? Vaccination, deworming, spraying or dipping, whatever it is. You get my point? Also, do the hygiene. Because when you prevent your goats from getting sick, you have reduced the cost of production by 80%. It looks expensive to vaccinate before you see an outbreak. It looks even irrelevant. But the moment you don't do it, that is when you realize you have done the greatest mistake there is. Actually, when we bring our farm managers to, some farmers will be like, but I don't see, they don't even treat the goats, they are just there as if they're taking my money for free. Get us out of that farm, you see. You will know we have been doing the great work. Because how do you see a good manager, a good farm manager? A good farm manager is a manager that treats. How do you see the best farm manager? The best farm manager is the manager that prevents. You get my point? A good manager will treat and will handle and manage the crisis. But the best will not even treat, will prevent. And that is what YPA we are. 11,000 goats, you can't see a single goat limping. You can't see a single goat coughing or losing mucus. That is how good we are. You can show them around. Take as many videos as possible. That is what we call expertise. That is knowing what you're doing. Now, 3, you need what we call high level of security. Free range means you're going to have big land. So if the thief comes from point A, you will not see when you're at point Z. They will take your goats, you will cry, the elections will go on. Of course, the new president or the old president will come and you will have lost, period. So you need security. And when I talk about security, I don't mean those guys we call from our Senga, our neighbor, then you say, come. I have a job here. You become my security guard. You're going to lose your goats. That Senga guy is going to steal those goats and you'll report them nowhere. Even if you report them, they will go to jail, and so what? You have lost 1,000 goats and they're in jail. So who have lost? Exactly. So what do? Go and look for security companies that are licensed to do security. They don't only protect buildings in Kampala or banks. They can also come here because this is more of a bank. 11,000 goats. Tell me how many? Even if I'm to sell, how many dollars will I have? How much? If I'm to sell each goat at maybe $5 or $10. That's a lot of money. But there's no, $5 is for 1 kilogram. A goat has 20 kilograms. So it is a lot of money to just meander around. So when you have the best management, you will know how many goats to do per acre. you'll know that my hygiene is okay, my preventive measures are in place, then you'll have security.
We are going to take a very short commercial break, but when we return, we have some tips for those just starting out. Don't forget to scan the QR code on your TV and be part of the conversation. Disease control in a free-range system is a little bit tricky, but here prevention is routine. Regular checkups, controlled feeding, and constant observation keep the herd healthy. In the words of Obed himself, you do not wait for trouble, you stay ahead of it.
You have to be cautious. While they are eating, there are some diseases at risk. So when you do that, make sure your goats have vaccines, your goats spray a lot. In zero grazing, the other farms we went to maybe some time back, in zero grazing you may not even spray for a month because the exposure of the goats to the diseases or to the ticks is limited. You get my point? Is limited. So what we do here, we spray every week as a must, and we use a pressure pump. We don't just spray because ticks are at high risk, and ticks can cause around 16 other diseases. 16 from just ticks. So spraying must be hard in free range. Lastly, you must learn to separate. These are 11,000 goats. Today, you found us doing what we call a head count. But these 11,000 goats are distributed in around 16 houses. Yes, 16 houses. Yes, in 16 houses. And that is done simply because we want to minimize the risk. 11,000 goats moving together means if something happens, these goats are all going to die. That is how we lost the 1,500. So for you, we are telling you now that you should have at least 600 goats. You get my point? That is the maximum you should go. If you have 1,000 goats, the risk, the exposure, the appetite for risk is too much. You get my point? You should reduce the risk. Let them be in clusters. You get my point? That is why you're hearing they are making a lot of noise, they are crying, because they are used to being in groups. Now when it goes, it doesn't see the senga, the jaja, the sister, and that is why it is crying. But you do clusters. When you do clusters, groups. So now, if a disease comes from group A, then you quarantine that. You set it apart and treat it. So the risk is minimized and you can save your goats. You may not lose 1,000 goats like you should have if you did not cluster those goats. So whenever these clusters move, they have independent herdsmen, security guards, managers. So I told you these are 16 kraals, goat pens. So 16 goat pens have 16 managers. They have 32 security guards. They have around 48 herdsmen because there must be 4. You get my point? Then there must be a veterinary doctor on each. Then we have 4 sub-region managers. You get my point? Then we have a regional manager at the top. That is the kind of management. So the regional manager is head of the region. Who reports to him? The sub-regional managers. Each sub-regional manager is accountable for 4 goat pens. So what is the role of the sub-regional manager? Is to go on every goat pen under his management. What we call the sub-region. He has to go there physically and feed into the system. Because this system picks off internet. It is off and online. So it can work. It picks the coordinates. So if he lies that if he sends a report from maybe farm 6, yet he's supposed to be at farm 4, the coordinates will differ. So we will know he has not been there. It's just, so if he must lie, he must go to the ground and lie from there. You get my point? And he reports to who? To the regional manager. You get my point? He is going to report on the checklist. What are we supposed to have? Hygiene, we're supposed to clean twice a day. Nutrition, we have supplements in place, maybe salts, maize bran or pellets or whatever we have decided to give them as supplements when they go back to sleep. Then kids pen, clean and put in place. Then spraying system, maybe this week, yes. Then vaccination schedule, a lot of stuff. Security guards are in place, food, a lot of things. So if we get a report that the branch manager, the farm manager number 6 is not active, then he qualifies maybe for firing, re-education, and that is how we have ensured. I, for one, the MD, may not go farm to farm. Even if I tried to do that, it will take me 6 months to go to the first farm I went to. Imagine, if I'm doing 1 farm per day, I need 175 days. That is very hectic. If I'm doing just 1 region like this, because around here we have 36, including the kids. 11,000, those are the goats. The kids and the nannies, we have 36. Now, to visit just 1 region, I need 16 days. You get my point? So I will not be able to manage. So the managers, the sub-regional managers, the regional managers, then the general manager. So me, I'm talking to only the general manager. The managers don't talk to me. The sub-regional managers don't talk to me. The regional managers don't talk to me. I only talk to the general manager. So we have 4 structures. And when you go to the farm of maybe an active farmer whose farm we are managing, we introduce these same structures depending on the number of goats they have. If we have 10 active farmers in Chiboga, we consider that one what? Region. We introduce the regional manager, the sub-regional managers, and the managers of the what? Of the farm to ease our management system. The goal, 1,044. Yes, we have 1,044 employees in the different places. That is also, there are also others that are indirectly earning. People who earn, maybe they come, they do a ledger, and they leave. So management of the farms is dependent on supervision. People, my fellow farmer, now I'm talking to you direct. You have your farm. I want to promise you, people are mostly bad, not mostly good. I asked my friend, do you think people are mostly good or mostly bad? He said they're mostly good. I'm saying wrong, 100%. Should we do away with the law and you see how people misbehave? That nice car you're driving will be owned by someone who never worked a single day. People are mostly bad. And same applies with the management. If the management has no supervision, tight supervision, especially with livestock, we are talking about life. If the management is not tight, I'm promising you, you're going to lose. All of us, dear viewers of Seeds of Gold, you know this. Agribusiness is the oldest business and is the most profitable business because everyone needs it to survive. It doesn't matter whether you're Elon Musk or the president. You must eat, and you will not eat the position. You will not eat the Wi-Fi. You will eat real matter. And real matter is from who? The small man you're seeing here. I'm actually surviving you. Hey, bravo to me. I'm surviving a lot of people. How many people eat my meat? How many people eat my maize? How many people eat my honey? So I'm surviving. Without farmers, the world will collapse in a day. Actually, the best war that all governments fight is not the war of firearms. Food security. If I come and encroach on the food of a country, finished. So it is the most profitable business. That is not down. But the problem is the management. You get my point? Shira You are in Kampala. Your farm is in Chiriandongo. To commute from Kampala to Chiriandongo every weekend costs you 500,000. In a month, that is 2 million shillings. How much do you earn from that job? Do you earn 20 million? Even if it is 20, that is 10% lost in just commission from one place to another. And you're going to lose the business. But what happens within the week before you go? What is happening? They have eaten them, they have stolen them, others have died. So YPA is here to solve that problem. Stay in Kampala, sleep, it's okay. Shira, enjoy, go on your trips. Let's manage that farm. You get 70, we get 30. Or let's ride together at this farm. We don't do meetings actually. All we need is a quarterly visit. And that is not compulsory. But you should at least go and check on us once in a while. We know what we do. All we need, we do a projection. When you call us for farm management, we do a business plan, a business projection, and we do what we call a survey structure. We do a blueprint. If we are going to do 10,000 goats, because that comes from you, the dreamer. I want 10,000 goats. What do you have? 200 goats right now. You get my point? So we tell you, we will need this much land. We will need this much structures. We need this much water. We will need ABCD. So, yes, today we have 200 and those are 2 pens. But in the near future, we shall need 100. So we also do a structure, we do a blueprint covering the 20 structures or the 2,000 structures that we will do in the future. So we already have a work plan for 5 years. Where will we sell the goats? When will we sell? How many will we sell? To do what? All we need is just a small visit. You can do a spot check without calling. This is your farm. You go there randomly. Boom. We don't manage a farm without a camera. That is mandate. One, for us to supervise. For example, I can do a spot check. Today I want to check on Shira's farm in Chiriandongo. I don't need to ask permission. I just need to get my phone. Ta 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 ta. What are they doing? At around this time they are supposed to be doing ABCD. Kumbe they are not doing it. So I know my management is not good. But also the boss must be able to see from at the comfort of their first class, maybe flying to wherever they are going. They must be able to get that information. So cameras help us to manage. Even these goats, all of them, I can monitor them through the camera. It is a 360. So when they are entering them, I can say, now let's count together. My instincts are telling me those goats are not 360 that they are supposed to be. Okay, get them out. Now let one by one. Let one by one enter. And I'm counting on the camera. The camera can produce an audio. They can receive the audio. They can also speak back to me through the what? The camera. Game over.
We are going to take another short commercial break, but when we return, we'll have the expert opinion with our very guest of the day, YPA. We look at the market opportunities, challenges, and why goat farming continues to win hearts across the country. Keep scanning that QR code on your TV and tell us what lessons you picked up from tonight's show.
Free-range farmers, you should know this. We don't take goats to the well, to the dam, to the lake. Goats take water from home, from their pen. Yes. The moment you take them to the lake, some goats are going to die of that water. While they are drinking, another one is pushing. You get my point? They are fighting. They are jumping over the other. They are going to drown. Goats don't swim. They die immediately. Number two, it has started drinking. The back wants to mount. So it will not drink. It will lose appetite for water that day. Why do we put water at home? even when they have water bodies while grazing. We put water at home because when a goat comes and instead of drinking something disturbs it, it will go and rest. After some time, it will come at pleasure and drink. Also, goats don't happen to take big volumes of water like cows or camels. They take just a sip. When they go, they come back and take a sip. So what do we do? While they are going back during the day at around lunchtime, they go back so that the herdsmen can also eat something. But also, most importantly, the kids can also suckle. Because we don't want the kids to go hungry throughout the day. So they go back, the kids suckle. Also the goats take water. But when the goats that did not take water during the day, when they come back at night, they have 12 hours with water. So it means they can go, take water, go back, sleep again, take water, enjoy. And water is key in every livestock animal because metabolism, digestion will not happen unless there is water. Plenty of water actually. For goats to be fat, for goats to weigh a lot of kilograms, you need a lot of water. Otherwise, you're going to lose. So water is paramount as much as feeds. But also, the land must not be cleared. You see this place, we reduced the big bush because this will harbor a lot of risks again from wild animals and maybe cobras and stuff like that. But again, we don't clean as if we are going to graze because goats are browsers. They like to climb. If you look at those shrubs like that one behind, you will see that shrub has been eaten at the size where the goats can reach. They have eaten everything, is not there. But for you may not notice that because your name is Sheila. But me, I'm a goat. Myself, I'm a goat. So I can see and know these shrubs enjoy. You get my point? Yes. So feed must be calculated. Don't overcrowd your piece of land. What I would advise, if your piece of land is maybe 100 acres and now you have reached a point you have maybe 1,000 goats, don't continue with free range alone. Now introduce the modern system, the zero grazing. Let some goats start eating from home. They only move out just to stretch and to exercise, but let them eat. Living things always die. Living things always. It doesn't matter how professional you are. You must lose some goats. A goat, since there are many goats, so what you're seeing behind me now, they have now decided to leave. Because when rain comes, you will not stop them. You can't stop goats when rain comes. They must go and hide. So when rain comes, you see, they sense that now it is about, they are enemies with rain. That is why if you construct a goat pen and you don't put a shelter, that is the biggest mistake you have ever done. Goats will not grow fat. They will be always irritated. They will hate you. They will hate their lives. They will become wild. A goat will come, knock that tree and die. Yes, I've seen that with my naked eyes. Goats were wild, staying in the bush. The moment we built a shelter for them, it would jump like 7 feet high, hit the head down, dead. They don't want control if you have not controlled them from day one. Let them be, because you are a negligent father. Now continue being a negligent father. Let the family neglect continue. Now you see, a herdsman in the zero grazing is supposed to feed the goats, but a herdsman on a free range is supposed to protect goats from going where he doesn't want them to go. That is the job. He doesn't feed them. He doesn't pick grass and put in the mouth of the goats. He's supposed to watch over these goats, and that is the job they do.
Before we wrap up, Obed leaves us with a slice of wisdom, and it hits home. Your farm is your wealth and security.
you for watching NTV, and thank you for catching it up here with me, Obed Ben, giving you the tips that can take you through the agribusiness management. Especially we rotate around goats, maize, bees, and stuff like that. Now imagine a goat farm of worth 300 million, 600 million. Some goat farms, I have a goat farm that is worth 2 billion. Now my question is, yes, because if I have 500 bucks and each buck is at 4 million, how much money is that? So if you have, let's say, even if it was 200 million, mobile money service providers with 70 million, they have 2 guns. And you have a farm worth 300 million, but you don't have a gun. My question is, what were they meant for? Okay, don't pay that 1 million or that 2 million, but you're going to lose the 300 million. Someone is going to bring a lorry and they're going to pack all your goats as if they are going to school. And they will take all of them. The good news is that if you have been blessed to watch these tips, you're going to go back and get actual security people. Get a company. Get into a contract with them. Remember, anything around security, if you lose 1 goat, if you lose 1 kilogram of maize from your maize garden, if you lose 1 beehive from your apiary, they are responsible. Because they are supposed to guard with all their might that. And it is none of your business how many people they deploy. It is none of your business who is actually guarding. I may not know even these names, the names of these people. But I know the company with whom I have contract. You get my point? So I sign a contract, and this contract has insurance with the insurers, and my business is protected. If goats get lost, they are liable. They will be able to pay back. My role is to make sure I pay monthly charges, monthly service provider charges. And that's it. Which equipment do you need? Do you need a baton? Do you need a gun? Do you need a bow and arrow? It depends. It depends on the value of your farm. If maybe the value of your farm is 20 million, you may not need a gun really. Because no one is going to come with a gun to steal 10 million. It's rare. But if you have 200 million, 100 million, you need a gun. And a gun will just come with 2 people. You get my point? So, these security companies are licensed to do that, to have guns. Don't think that these people we see with convoys, they are wasting their time. No, they are not wasting our taxpayers' money. No, they are actually doing what they are supposed to do, because if they don't have that, they are going to be shot at and they're going to die, and we're going to lose good brains. So, they are protecting their brains, they are protecting their positions, and maybe their importance in the country. We are protecting our importance here at the farm. It is farmers, it is us farmers. I'm proudly saying that it is us farmers that feed the entire world. The entire 8 billion people are fed by us. So if we don't protect our importance, we are going to become a nuisance. And protection is not just staging as if you're protecting. We don't use scarecrows. YPA is here to save you the hassle. Don't start a farm worth 100 million without security. Rather wait, because you're going to have very nice goats, very nice breed, very nice nutrition methods, very nice market, and you will not sell a goat. Why? Because all the goats were stolen before they reached the market, before they even produced. Now, why do you waste your money? Security is very paramount, but you cannot do everything. You want to become the farmer, you want to become the trainer of the security people, you want to get the license for the farm. All of that will not be able to be done. But when you get security companies, I don't have a security company, I'm not advertising, but I'm using security personnel. And those companies have saved me a lot. Of course, I pay a lot of money to them, but I also save a lot of money, because in the last 15 years, I've not had any incident of thieves, any single incident. And You may think they are not doing the work. Try to get them out of the farm. Let me tell you, big things must get good protection. You have your security cameras, you have your CCTV cameras, you have your security teams there, you have your protection, you're going to meet the market. That is what YPA does, and that is why we have become the biggest goat farming empire in East Africa. Why? We do what you don't think is really valuable to do. But try them, you'll thank me later. Youth Platform Africa, visit us on our socials. Just put in YPA goats. This thing you're seeing here. YPA goats. You'll really get the talks, the points we are really talking about here. Good morning.
Well, that's all we had for you today. You have been an amazing audience as usual. Do not forget to download the Your TV Channels app and enjoy our old episodes, your favorite episodes that are backed up there. And if you want to catch us live, still on the go, anywhere and at any time, you can catch us live still on Your TV every Saturday at 8 p.m. Keep those comments coming in. #NTV Seeds of Gold. I've been your host, and it has been a pleasure as always. Sheila Nabafu, I'm out.